Got to unmute Truth Matters.
Hey, Jay, how are you doing?
Good. What's up?
I had a specific question. I had asked you before, but you didn't respond. You actually blocked me. Good faith question on what your view on why full preterism is not sound biblically, and not using the creeds, not referring to church history, just from scripture. Why
Well, there's no such
full
thing as
preterism?
just referring to the scriptures because you don't have the scriptures, first of all.
Explain.
Well, you don't have the right Bible. So why would we listen to you about the interpretation of the book when it's not your book and you don't have the right list of books?
I mean, I'm not denigrating the role that the church fathers did. I'm just saying
Yeah, but the
specifically from
church
scripture.
fathers determine what books go in the Bible. So how can you, when that's prior to the Bible, how can you toss that out as secondary when it's prior to the Bible?
Well, I mean, people can be infallible, just as the apostles got in arguments themselves and they didn't agree. And so, specifically, I think I saw you mentioned on YouTube that, for instance, the events of 70 AD were a type and shadow of the destruction of the world, which I don't see that in Scripture. I don't see where it mentions
Yeah,
an
but it
end of
doesn't matter
times.
what you think is or isn't in scripture because you don't have the right paradigm or the right scriptures. Again, for the second time.
Even using the scriptures that the church fathers and all of the Orthodox people, which I have no problem with the Orthodox Church. It's specifically eschatology. I've never
But you
heard.
do have a problem with the
Uh,
Orthodox Church because if you don't believe in the second advent and the bodily resurrection as a universal cosmological event, you're heterodox and you're not in the church. You're not even a basic Christian.
Not necessarily,
No,
because
necessarily,
Jesus
because the
himself.
church teaches that you have to believe in the second advent of Christ, the bodily resurrection.
I understand that,
So
but the
you don't
church
believe in the
teaches
bodily
a whole bunch of.
resurrection.
I believe that the resurrection from Hades, the Hadean
The
resurrection,
bodily
absolutely happened.
resurrection, stop redefining the terms in the sense of what the Niceno-Constantinopolitan Creed says. You don't believe that, therefore you're not within the bounds of historic Christianity. You're not a Christian.
I know that it's not in the bounds of historic
Thank you. So
Christianity,
you're
but the Nicene
heterodox and
Creed.
you're not in the church. Exactly.
But you have to understand what I'm saying. The Nicene Creed takes its statements from Matthew 24, and any partial preterist.
These people are idiots. I mean, Paul is like, you cannot deny the bodily resurrection and call yourself a Christian when Paul says very clear as day that all humanity will be resurrected in 1 Corinthians 15 on the pattern of the extent of Adam's sin. This is why all the wicked are also resurrected. And so that's not even worth talking to these people because they're literally Manicheans. They actually think that history, evil, etc., continues on for all eternity. They actually think that the second coming and the resurrection have already happened. They're literal Gnostic Manichean heretics.